time. Welcome, everybody. It's show time. The Scene Snobs Podcast, show time. Hey.
I'm just enjoying this.
Oh, thanks, buddy. I enjoy.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
When it comes to you and I talking, I can go back and forth with you, no problem.
Yeah.
But when it comes to pauses, I'm like, oh, okay, he's done.
Well, I do feel like I take a dramatically long pause. Like
Sometimes.
it's just shy of a sip. I try to
timing it. I'm like,
it's one of the beautiful things that makes us work so wonderfully.
It does. It's true. And you know what? We are here. It's Tuesday night again. Welcome, everybody, to the Scene Snobs Podcast. I'm your host, Mick Manhattan, joined, as always, by my partner in crime, Casey, the Madman Plot. Welcome to the show, pal.
Thank you, my wonderful friend. It's a joy to be here, as always, and wonderful to see your smiling face. So, how you living, buddy? Happy Valentine's Day, friendo mine.
Happy Valentine's Day, buddy. I am doing all right. Not too bad. We had a bit of a hiccup this weekend, I would say, but we are stronger than ever, if I would say
Always.
So myself.
I absolutely agree. I think that's the strength and unity of friends. That's what friends do. When we are pushed to our extreme, we recognize in the other, you know what? This isn't me. My friend's going through something, and he'll come around. He'll figure it out. And we always do.
And vice versa. Yeah, I mean, always. That's a good point. That's a great point of friendship. And I like that. Especially for Valentine's Day. No, that doesn't work. None of my puns work for this. I was going to say it's Valentine's Day, but we're not gals.
I mean, in my heart, I am.
All right, whatever. I like some flowers.
I can't wait to be just a 63-year-old gardening woman.
That would be hilarious. I'm thinking of you like long hair and a ponytail, but it's all gray.
Oh, absolutely, with a nice big bee hat on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah, overalls.
I can even see you in like a one of those safari type of hats.
Oh, well, I mean, that absolutely. When I'm sitting out front with my tea. Yes.
with an engraved, like, trough in your hands.
Yeah, a trowel. Always have my trowel around.
The trowel, yeah.
I mean, I could drink a trough of tea. That'd be interesting. A bit gluttonous, but I'm down.
Nobody accused me of being bright. Let's be real. Right? It's
you shine bright like a diamond, just like Rihanna said.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up. We got some stuff to talk about. Some stuff happened, and
yes, it did.
It's causing some fun. But before we get there, let's say, hey, Chris is here. What's up, Chris? How you doing, pal?
Evening, Chris.
And
good to see you, buddy.
The John Ross is here. What's up, buddy?
John, wonderful to see you as always. You magnificent human being, you. We had a glorious time last night over on the FSF Popcast doing the Star Wars RPG. He is our game master, the one and only.
Love it.
So
we
survived again.
That's awesome, man. That's very cool. It's like I always see it pop up. I didn't. Mondays are tough for me to watch anything. In fact, I think I talked to you afterwards because we recorded something, and I had just gotten done because my computer's acting wonky. My laptop's fine, but I was being lazy and I did it down here. I just got done. Like converting to MP4 a video I had just edited, and I was like, it was like my head was just thumping at that point for like 2 hours for 2 videos. And I was like, if I just go get my laptop, this will be done in 20 seconds.
Right.
But what are you gonna do?
But instead, power through. We're men. We'll get it done the way we set out to do it.
Absolutely.
Doesn't matter if I lose a leg and my family. I'm getting through Oregon.
Just jump right through. Just get into it. But we did.
That's what happened in Oregon Trail, if you think about it. Like, you wouldn't even care. You'd be like, I mean, yeah, we're going to lose a kid, maybe wife. Fine, I'll get a new one. Going to Oregon, folks.
Whole show, 1883, is Oregon Trail.
Really?
Oh, Stacy says Facebook is glitchy.
Boo to Facebook. Hi, Stacy.
Everybody else seems to be watching on YouTube. I wonder how we're doing there. Isn't editing just so? Yeah, no. I try to avoid it by doing a lot of live shows.
That's fair.
Yeah, you can only do so much. So when it comes down to season where we do more of the recorded stuff, I'm like, here comes the fun. But had to zoom on over here. What's up, Stacy? Thanks for joining in.
Glad you did, our friend.
So we watched Super Bowl. Lots of fun stuff happened. We watched the Rihanna halftime show, which you just had mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And collectively, I don't know why I thought ever anything different would ever happen, but collectively, everybody lost their minds over Rihanna's. Either they loved it and they thought it's the greatest halftime show of all time, or they hated it and think she's an antichrist.
What?
There's so many. Usually,
but she even did the red, white, and blue thing. It was all America themed. Like what? People, man.
Listen,
I get it. People just want to hate. They love to hate. They live in tearing others down, and that's Bum City, man. Whatever. Screw that noise. We don't need to keep talking about them. Rihanna was amazing.
Well, I mean, just remember, it's the Boomer clan and the Know Nothing generation. So we'll get through it. It'll be fine. They'll be gone soon.
Oh my God.
No. Some of them don't. No, there's lots of. I don't really pick on Boomers as much as I do as the Know Nothing generation that just really dismantled everything, then went to war, and it was like Rudy Giuliani in the 90s.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we went to war, and all of a sudden we're great. We're the best superpower because we have the bombs.
Absolute number one. That's all you got. We got the bomb, just like Dennis Leary says.
That's
in
actually
I'm an asshole song.
My speech right there. I use that for profiling purposes. So the ones who have the crisscross red, white, and blue just get off at that moment, and they're like, screw this podcast. And then all the
just weeding people out.
Weeding them right out. Just like, see you later. I don't need you here.
I mean, I was a fan of Rihanna's show. So, all right, what else do you want to talk about?
Well, no, I do want to kind of talk about that, but I want to talk more about the technical side of things and just what they did this year, which has never been done before. I love that they're instituting drone work for the camera work. It looks amazing.
Yeah, agreed.
That platform with the dancers on them and under it was astounding.
So cool.
Like, a lot of people were comparing it to last year's, and I was like, it doesn't hold up to say. I mean, listen, I love all of those hip hop artists. But there was such a show here.
Yeah. Agreed. And it was a beautiful show. It was one that I don't understand why people are upset about when you have one person putting on a great show. Everyone's like, oh, they're so hell-bent on wanting more. Yeah. Like, I don't want to just see one person or the one artist I'm here to see. They want every potential artist. They're like, give me every single one. I want the MCU of artists. I need every single one, and I have to have them now. And it's like, man, Rihanna was incredible. You don't need more than Riri. And plus, there were two up there. Whatever Lil Riri is.
True.
The zygote now.
And now she was pregnant during it. And, I dug it. I thought she did a great job. Her songs, her voice is fantastic still. I mean, I haven't heard her in a few years, other than Rise Up, which is a great song.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
But like a live show, I haven't heard her in a long time, and she still looks great, sounds great. The show was fantastic. And I'm not going to blow smoke because I usually say that the shows suck every year.
I mean, there's a lot of them that have. Yeah. I mean, I'm well on record saying, like, Aerosmith, as much as I love them, that wasn't a great show. Yeah. I love Aerosmith. But, I mean, The Who, why?
See, I wouldn't mind it if it wasn't demanded that it be such a huge thing. Like, for me, Rihanna's show, like, I like what you said. Like, I like that there was only one artist, came out, did their thing. Like, it wasn't, like, remember, what was it? Who you just said them? Aerosmith. When they were on, was it NSYNC came out? Britney Spears came out? Like,
somebody, it was insane.
A ton of people, and I'm just like, why? Why do we need this right now? Like, I would rather just listen to Aerosmith, or any one of the other ones.
Yeah, like, anybody. It's fine. Pick one. Just pick one. I don't, or if you're going to have one, you can have one more if it's going to be a neat, like they're coming out because they did a song together. If there was a collaboration, so if Eminem had come out, okay, that would have been an interesting choice for, national television Super Bowl halftime to have, I don't know, Monster.
Yeah, it might not have worked. I mean, that's it happens, but
probably not the best idea. But I mean, still, I'm down. I'm open. Let's see it. No, she was great, and the drone work, like you said, has been really cool. The platform, this whole stage work they did, it was the same thing with The Weeknd when he did the Super Bowl halftime show. I loved that one.
So did I.
It was
and
great.
Hated it.
I don't understand. But how much more entertainment do you need? Do you want someone to be slaughtered in the middle of the show? Are you waiting for something to fall? Do you want the set to be destroyed? Have someone die, and then you go, that was a great halftime show. Like, I don't know anymore where people's minds are. Just enjoy the dang thing. And if you don't, okay, what'd you lose?
Right.
Right. It's a 7-8 minute show. Get over yourself.
That's the best thing about it is it is a 7 or 8 minute show. Go to the bathroom. Go get something to eat. Go grab another drink. Go have a cigarette. Shut up.
That's in fact the rules I will institute in my home if I ever throw a Super Bowl party. During this halftime show, if you do not like it, please do the following. It's just a list of that.
But it goes for the bad ones too. Like if they're really bad, do the same thing because maybe somebody's enjoying it.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the deaf really enjoy those shows. They're real big fans.
Yeah. I don't know. I or bring back marching bands. Just shut up and bring back marching bands.
Okay, there you go. I'll take a marching band. Oh man, a marching band extravaganza. That would be wonderful.
I mean, listen, I'm not one of those old people who are like, bring back the marching bands because it's, what it was. Like, no, I don't care what it was. I care more about, marching bands today seem to be doing such epic things, with their movements and stuff and like, how they recreate movies and some of them, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's a spectacle. If you want spectacle, get a marching band that does that. It would be amazing.
I mean, all of those dancers are a spectacle. I don't understand
I agree.
How much more. Or if you're going to have huge cheerleader or dancer shows or whatever you're going to do, like maybe just don't have people and just have it be the marching band and the dancers again.
No.
Because that's awesome. Synchronized movements like that are cool.
I would love for a national sort of survey to go out and we just ask every American, what would you like to see in the halftime show and what would you not like to see? And they spell it all out for you and then put them all together and do that. Because I bet a lot of them are going to be very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you it's just going to end up with probably a white woman singing and not moving.
I'd be willing to bet that would wind up with a response larger than the national census. I'm pretty sure more people would let us know what they want in the Super Bowl halftime event than people come out to vote in most of their elections. But, it's important stuff. So we should probably plan to break ground, working on getting that traction for 2024. So that's one of the big things we're here for.
Just you and I going door to door all over the country. We'd like to ask you some questions about the Super Bowl halftime show.
We're interested in what your thoughts are. What would you like to see reinstituted or maybe never return? It would definitely not be what you think it would be. I guarantee you we wind up with circus. I feel like enough people would write in circus. We would get circus. Fire eaters. That would be awesome. Oh, man, a monster truck show.
The horrible people are like, bring back the elephants.
Oh, God. Hey, where's that Siegfried and Roy? They still's around. Let's get done.
We should just bring Paul on for an episode and ask him nothing but circus questions.
I'm in. I love finding out about it. It's such a wild thing. Like, it's so cool.
I needed you the other day. And yesterday, actually. I can't believe I'm going to admit this on the podcast. But I had a farm question. And I always have a farm question. Okay. I got to come to you. So,
yeah, man, what you got?
I couldn't remember if a lamb and a sheep were the same thing. And I figured it out because I looked it up. I couldn't remember. As soon as I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
It's a logical thing to look up. I mean, if you can't remember, sure. River asked me that the other day. My 10-year-old
she's 10.
needed clarification, so it makes sense.
That makes sense for her. I'm going on 41.
Look, everybody learns different things at different times. You know a lot more about the city. If she had questions about the city, you'd be like, "How do you not know that, kid?" And then push her.
How the hell do you not know how to get through a city? You're 10 now.
You got to learn these things. Jeez.
Oh my god, dude! I've never eaten a sheep. I can absolutely say I've never eaten a sheep. Okay. But I have definitely eaten a lamb. And now that I know what a lamb is, I feel kind of bad.
Oh, I mean, I don't know why. The babies are the most delicious. Yeah, the veal, the lamb, it's so succulent and tender. It's amazing.
Oh my god.
So we've been doing this weird thing at work in the office where we always have a movie playing, right?
Okay.
So we've been having these movies currently. We've been doing trilogies that aren't trilogies. So like Terminator. Probably could have stopped at 3. We would have been fine. Alien 4 was one of the worst movies ever. As much as the character Ripley was better, and I agree with that. Ripley was a good Ripley. The movie sucked.
It did suck.
I did not like it.
I did suck. I will agree with you. But I still watch it when I watch them all back to back.
Totally fair. I get that. And then the other one that I watched was which one was it? What did we get through? So this one, anyway, was Hannibal. So we did Silence of the Lambs. What was the second one? Hannibal, which is amazing. Rewatch of Hannibal, man. I forgot how really good that movie was.
It is a good movie. It just gets outshined by Silence of the Lambs.
It really does. Silence of the Lambs still top dogs it. And then Red Dragon, which is phenomenal as well. On rewatch, I should say it's way better rewatching it now older. It's a better movie.
It is a great movie, and everyone in it is great, but I still prefer Maneater. No, Manhunter. Maneater's different.
Manhunter? Okay.
Manhunter with William Peterson, and Brian Cox played Hannibal Lecter in it.
Oh, that's interesting. I love Brian Cox.
And Tom Noonan played the killer in that Ralph Fiennes took over for.
Oh, okay.
It's very good movie. You should watch it.
Very cool. Very good movie. Needless to say, though, I'm really in the mood for meat. So recently, I've just been incredibly hungry. What?
Well, you're in luck. Stacy says it's puppy day.
Oh, it's puppy day. Good. All right, good, because the hunger is strong. And I mean, after watching Ray Liotta's brain, which looked delicious, I'm a little bummed, especially what he was tossing it in there and sauteing it with. Oh, come on. Get out of town.
Sitting there staring. Ugh.
Yep. Just, hi, Starling is what, backcountry poon. It's so great, man. He's just ridiculous.
Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, R.I.P. Ray Liotta.
Did he die when we went down for CFF or for Devil's Playground?
I think it was CFF. I'm pretty sure that was back in May time. Yeah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, because I remember when we saw that. That was crazy.
That was mind-boggling. Well, not really. I mean, certain people just don't take care of themselves.
Yeah, its last movie's coming out in a couple of weeks. Cocaine Bear.
So excited, man. Elizabeth Banks, big directorial business. I love her, man. She's so great. Always as an actress, she's hilarious, super witty. Love her writing. So, Pitch Perfect is amazing.
I 100% agree. I so misread your post earlier today thinking you were doing the State of the Con tonight. Got so disappointed. Well, we're sorry to disappoint you, but we're still here.
Oh, sorry, Chris, man. We don't want to disappoint.
No,
we can mention one of the people who were announced recently for Carolina Fear Fest.
Take it away, my friend.
We have from Sharknado and American Pie, one of America's sweethearts who you used to be able to party with on the E! Entertainment channel. That's right, folks. The one, the only, Tara Reid will be at Carolina Fear Fest, May 26th through 28th. Super excited to have her. It's going to be awesome.
I am very excited to talk to her as well. She's going to get a lot of, Van Wilder questions.
Oh yeah,
I love that movie.
Yeah,
I watched it recently, and as crazy as it is, I still really enjoy it. It was still really funny and really crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I couldn't eat a cannoli for many years. So I'll leave that alone.
Yeah, oddly enough, nothing ever stopped me from eating a cannoli. River tried a cannoli earlier. No, this weekend I was like, "Yo, try this, kid." And she's like, "What is that?" I was like, "It's cannoli." And she was like, "Oh, that's what they look like?" Because she started doing this whole Star Wars joke, and she's like, "What does Darth Vader get from an Italian restaurant? Only one cannoli." So,
oh my god,
yeah,
oh
I'm
my
so
god,
proud.
I love it.
My heart swelled. I was just, it was fantastic. So I ordered a cannoli. I was like, I'm eating a cannoli. And she's like, I was like, you want to try it? She's like, sure. She took one little bite and was like, no, that's disgusting. And I was like,
Jack did that too. Jack did that too the other night. I was pissed. So, I'm sitting there. I love cannolis. My wife got like, my in-laws brought over like a 4-pack of cannolis. Now Tommy loves them too. So I was like, all right, we'll split them. Mary doesn't like them. Jack's not gonna eat them. So I was like, we'll split them 2 and 2 because they're not huge. They're, smaller ones. So I was like, fine. And Jack goes, I want to try one. And I was like, all right, I'm going to eat this as much as I can to leave you just a little bit because you're not going to like it.
Exactly.
And then like I bit into half of it and he's like, that's how much I want. And I'm like, no, it's not. And he's like, yeah, no, that's what I want. I'm going to like it. He put it to his mouth and like, he has strep. Well, no, he doesn't anymore. Or he's on antibiotics now. But at the time, he had strep.
He's not shedding anymore.
Yeah. He he didn't even take a bite. He put his teeth up to it and his tongue up to it. And I don't know why I'm doing that in front of a microphone. But, and then he goes, you eat it. And I'm like, I can't now.
Wow. Yeah, exactly. See, that's why I was very much so. Like, all right, Rivs, you're going to take a little, here's a little bite. Like, I was just blown away. She didn't like it. I was just mind boggled. Like I remember the first time I had a cannoli, it changed my life. I was like 11, 12 years old. It was the greatest experience. And I forever had to eat tiramisu and cannoli.
I had the same experience, but can you guess? I'll give you, so I was born in 1982, right? It's clearly correct. 2013 and I'm still here. Can you guess the
2013?
year?
It's 2013?
2023. Sorry. I'm still on last of time.
I mean, I'm cool if it's 2013. We wound back the clock. Great.
I'll take another 10 years.
The spirits did it. They gave me more time.
So I grew up in Jersey. I grew up surrounded by not just Italian people, but Italian restaurants everywhere. That's where we ate. That's what it was. Pretty much my whole life.
Billy Joel sang about it, for crying out loud.
Oh, yeah. Too much, in my opinion. Well, just a little. Like, I mean, span yourself out. Like, there comes a time when he writes a song. He was writing a song later in his life, and I was like, didn't you move out? Like, didn't you leave?
He's already moving up and moving out. I don't understand what happened.
He went somewhere, but he still sings about the same where.
Hanging out with the same uptown girl. Even though he was really only like, I don't know, a downtown man for about the first 17 years of his life, 18 years?
Yeah, he jumped on it pretty fast. Like legit.
Yeah, he was up pretty quick.
Although I will say something, New York City in the 70s and 80s, if you grew up there, you've probably seen more than anyone else in their life.
No, that's valid. There was a whole lot of lead in the air, so absolutely.
Dude, I told my kids that one day. I was like, yeah, they used to shoot outside my apartment all the time. We thought it was normal. We just thought it was normal. I thought sleeping on the floor was just normal some nights.
Yeah, of course. What you do.
But, I mean, they weren't shooting at us or anything. But, like, you can hear them shooting, and you never know where it's going to go. We didn't know that at the time. I swear to God, maybe a little too long in my childhood, I thought that bullets just went wherever you fired them, and they stopped.
Yeah, no, they just did. They have a little reducer in them, and what they do is they manage to, once you reach that point, they just go, and we're done. Thanks, congratulations, you finished your flight, and you can return and grab us at any time.
And if you fire them in the air, they just never come down.
Yeah, no, they manage to continue going. That's why you have to limit them here on Earth.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have made it as old as I did. Now, mind you, I was still single digits, people. Don't like, I mean, I figured it out fast, but like for some, but like I probably should have figured it out a little bit more, a little bit quicker. I
think I became afraid of firing bullets because of Who Framed Roger Rabbit. So I was like, I don't want to. Yeah. It's like, I don't want to hurt these guys. These guys are great. They just leave and never come back.
Dude, they seem.
And I didn't have a tomahawk bullet. He was the best.
Dude, I got this. You know, I order off a Shirt Punch like every other day, right? With their $13 discount.
Truth.
I did not pull the trigger on one shirt, and I'm pissed. And it's they're doing the Akira poster of him walking to the bike, and under it says Akira, but it's Roger Rabbit walking towards the taxi, and it says Roger on it in blood. And I didn't get it, and I might still. I'm gonna go back and find it, but I was like, "That's a rad shirt."
Yeah, that's a pretty awesome shirt.
I can't wait.
I think you have to get on that one.
I got one with Jack Burton's face on it. It's red and it has gold lettering, and it says, "May the wings of eagles never lose a feather. May the wings of liberty never lose a feather." I dig it. I'm into it.
Oh man, that's phenomenal.
Let's see what all our buddies are doing.
Yeah, let's see what everyone's up to. Hello, Kathleen, you magnificent human being.
You're calling us gorgeous. Look at you, lady.
Hey-o.
Jason.
Jason, what's up, buddy?
These days, no one is ever satisfied. Oh, that's probably
truth. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a little behind. Sorry, guys. Also, people forget that if you don't like something, you can turn it off. Just don't watch it. Let it be. Rihanna was fine. No, she was great.
Yeah, Jason, we agree.
One of them
is amazing.
Everyone cries except Coldplay. I've been fairly entertained. My favorite last year was last year, but that's because it was all-time favorite artists together. I only watched the Super Bowl for Rihanna.
Fair.
Marching band. Everybody was in for a marching
Everyone's in on marching bands.
I like
Weird Al. I would be totally down for Weird Al. That would be great.
Jason Taylor says Scene Snobs for halftime. No,
yeah.
I have
do it
unless we're doing a podcast for 7 or 8 minutes. I have no discernible talent to be on a stage.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're literally gonna get up and we're gonna spend 4 minutes introing ourselves with like fireworks and like people playing guitars while the band in there just crushing it, and then we'll finally get to our seats. We'll get out there, finish like a good 2 minutes of hellos, some quick one-liners about each team, and then we'll have another minute and then be like, all right, it's time to go. And then we'll have the big finale where we just leave and the band just keeps playing with more fireworks.
I like everything you just said, but I want to improve upon it in one fell swoop.
Sharks?
No. Yes, but no. I say we walk up to the table after this whole big to-do. You sweet chin music me off of the stage, and then that's the breakup of the Scene Snobs.
That's amazing. And then as I leave, it's just, it's live being played. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. Yeah, I think that's perfect.
I love it. You should do that. That'd be great. The cuter the animal, the better it tastes. Generally speaking, rabbit's good. Duck is good too.
Salad, yeah, 100%.
Red dragon, good one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stacey does.
Do you see? Who was the reporter guy? Who was
Philip Seymour Hoffman? Yeah.
That's right. I couldn't remember who it was.
Yeah.
He's passed away now.
He was awesome. And his death scene was freaking terrifying. I love that. And I also forgot all about the whole being glued to the chair. Talk about a new fear I have.
I know, right? Jeez. There was in another movie too where, Poker Face.
Yep, Poker Face.
Remember Poker Face? That was good though.
Mm-hmm.
It was such an Onion Red Dragon was great too, but Poker Face was like in sleeper, like, oh wow, this is much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, it wound up being pretty solid.
Yeah.
Jason loves Van Wilder as well.
Yeah.
Chris Harris stoked saying Scream Queen in the making for Tara Reid. She is, man. I hope she continues down that path.
I disagree, but I disagree with a lot of people being called Scream Queen. I think I'm on record as saying so.
Look, you can be on path to it though, or you can be in the making. Sure. I think there's potential for that. And what didn't she do something else? She wasn't Wax House. That was Elijah Cuthbert.
Yes.
Can't remember what the other one.
I mean, she did. Didn't she do Alone in the Dark with Christian Slater?
I think that was. Yeah, that might be the one I'm thinking of.
Which I mean, does she get Scream Queen? And again, I'm not taking it away, and I don't want to take anything away with her going to CFF. And you're right.
Absolutely not.
Could be the path. And she was in horror movies, and they're like influential into pop culture. So I get it. I'm not putting it down or taking her away. I just think Scream Queen is like that's like a Rushmore type of term. Like I think everybody just gets it.
You and I are very much in agreement on this, and have had many speaks. And I agree that like Barbara Crampton, that's Scream Queen.
Yeah.
Dee Wallace, Scream Queen mother. You know, because she's a mom.
Even then, like she wasn't a mom in The Howling, you know. But so like I think she pulls it off, and to be able to say like she's in the Scream Queen world, and yes, you know, she's a great motherly character. I love her as a mother in almost everything, because regardless of if she's going to die or if she's not doing it well, like she's trying to figure it out, like E.T. is one, you know, single mom trying to figure it out. She does. You know, she's still there. She still cares about her kids' critters. She's still going to fight for them. She, you know, so she's never like a deadbeat mom, you know?
Yeah. No, I'll agree with that.
Character. So, yeah, you know what? Actually, I'm coming back around. I think Scream Queen mom is perfect.
Yeah, that's where I've always landed on her. But, you know, I'm seeing Tara Reid doing some more stuff here. We've got a couple more movies in the last year that I think I want to check out. That probably I mean, Mummy Dearest is looking great. It's got a 2.3 on IMDb. And it's Lou Ferrigno's in it as well.
I love that. I'm down.
Yeah.
Mummy Dearest. Yeah, listen, I mean, I'll put her up there. The Scream Queen thing is the only thing. So, like, if we were to come up with a middle of the road moniker, for whether it be for whatever gender, it's got to be, you know, like if it's not a Scream Queen, like if we want to do it for guys who are in a lot of horror movies too and stuff like that, or non-binary. I'm trying to think of what would be a good phrase for that.
Scream Court. When you before going before the king and queen, you generally are held in royal court. That's where you're hanging out. That's a lot of nobility. So they're still of mention. They're of note. They are known, and they deserve some absolute, you know, consideration in those halls. But you're right. They're not there yet. They're in line to be there, but they have not yet achieved. So I would say courtiers. There are a bunch of courtiers. Courtiers.
For me, I like court. I like Scream Court. I'm not taking that away. Okay. So I dig that, but I'm trying to think of what a male equivalent to Scream Queen would be. And the reason I say that is because there are many male actors from the past that like Tom Atkins. Where does he fall in that?
Oh man, I mean, he's almost like a.
Can we call him like Scream Duke?
Scream Duke?
Oh, I would put him high. Anything that's the highest Tom Atkins, I think, goes. I mean, think about everything he's been in.
So a Scream King?
I mean, I would think, right? Maybe a Lord, Scream Lords.
Scream Lord. Well, that sounds like some sort of weird emo split off.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. The next thing you know, there's going to be a song done by My Chemical Romance about it.
Yeah, that was a Scream Lord. Yeah, that'd be great. Good Lord.
Yeah, for me, I don't know, like where it would be, but like I've never heard of it. Screen Legends. I feel like Queen has a prestige to it. Legends might be a prestige this type for men.
Yeah, but it's not fair because it feels like putting it above. Because with the, you know, a legend versus a queen, that's, I mean, all queen, no one's above a queen. We all know if you play chess and are, you know, married or intelligent, you just, the queen's rise above. But what would you call the man? That's why I like, I don't know, maybe a Scream consort.
I think we should
be the dude.
Oh, actually, but then I would say like the middle of the road might be the consort. I like court, but like consort.
Oh, middle of the road is the consort. Oh, it's so much better.
I like that. So like,
or lady in waiting, dude. Lady in waiting. It's right there. Yeah. So the Scream Lady in Waitings and the Scream whatever I said earlier. I've already
Scream Lords.
Lords.
Oh,
No,
Scream
not
Lords.
Scream Lords.
Come on, it'd be great.
Not even Scream Lords. Not on board with Scream Lords.
Yeah, dude, that'd be great. See what everybody's saying. Oh, Paul did finally show up after our circus questions are over.
Yeah, of course. Of course, all of a sudden now we need you. When we need you, he's not there. But you know what? He's always in our hearts, just like everybody here. Thank you all for joining us, and happy Valentine's Day, all of you beautiful people.
That's right. Terry did play the disc jockey in Urban Legend.
Boom. All right. So you know what? She's definitely a lady in waiting without question. And she did 6 Sharknadoes.
100%. I'm not taking her out of the horror family at all. I'm just saying Scream Queen to me is like the prestige. It's like,
right.
You had to have made it your life at one point.
You
like
really do. And you have to have, and it has to have worked out in a way where some of those movies have connected with a larger audience. And although Tara Reid does have that on the way, there's just more audience yet to really grab. Plus, think of most people, how they evolve and have been through different tiers of horror movies. You know, Dee Wallace has been a lot of different types of horror movies.
Yeah, true.
So, you know, Barbara Crampton, a lot of different types of horror movies. So
she's definitely a Scream Queen for me. Oh yeah, that's right. She was the best as Bunny Lebowski. She was Bunny Lebowski in the movie.
That's she was
should
fantastic
show her
getting her
our
nails
scene.
done. Oh yeah, I think she'd love it.
And she's gonna look at me and be like, "How'd your head end up in the toilet, stupid?"
If she sniffs your face, I will forever love that woman. She will hold a special place in my heart. So we gotta show it.
Loving this relaxing at the end of the day, listening to your story. Thank you. We're trying to be a little more chill today. I think we had a long weekend, so it was like we're gonna be chill. We're gonna talk and hang out.
This is the first time I've been home in almost 48 hours, so I feel pretty good.
You're like Ving Rhames from was it Don Goody when he's like, Don, I'm pretty sure I left my front door open when I left home, and that was 14 months ago. And I'm not sure, but I think my stove might be on. Like,
100% me. I am there.
14 months. About to continue this Valentine's Day festivities, but wanted to say I love you both and happy Valentine's Day. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Love you, Paul. Thanks, pal.
We said we want to have you on and talk some circus. Talk about the circus.
Absolutely.
Derpy's here. Derpy says, hi, I'm Kevin Feige. I like money instead of storytelling anymore. Then he also says, hi, I'm Kevin Feige because DC is better than Marvel. And Phase 5 is going to be as cringe as Phase 4, starting with Ant-Man 3. I'm looking forward to it. I'm seeing it on Thursday.
Yeah, I'm going to see it Thursday as well. Super stoked. Hi, Derpy.
No, I'm not going backwards. I'm going to say
no. You need to go hang out with Sam, or just ignore the keyboard and turn us up and put us on the big screen. Make sure all those things happen. Then go hang out with Sam. Trust me. We'll sing later. It'll be beautiful.
I will say this: if you go get your tickets for Carolina Fear Fest weekend passes, and what do you call it? VIP passes, which is what you should get. Trust me, because you got us.
Oh yeah, we're part of your VIP experience.
It's going to be amazing. There is a promotional running till midnight for 10% off. So I forgot what the code is. Go to the Scene Snobs Facebook page or anywhere else, because we posted it everywhere, and find out the code, and then hit the link.
It's a treasure hunt.
It's a treasure hunt. Yeah, we're sending you on the Scene Snobs scavenger hunt right now.
Yeah.
Are you calling me an okay princess, like an Oklahoma princess?
No, okay, princess. I don't know. I feel like there's two connotations I feel from what Chris's comment here. It's either okay princess as Star-Lord or okay princess as Han Solo. But either way, that's the way I'm reading that. Okay, princess. Okay, princess.
Okay, princess. So who's seeing Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, or Titanic remastered? I'm not seeing Titanic. I will see Ant-Man on Thursday. I can't wait. Of course I'm going to see Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. That's great. It's awesome.
Yeah, no. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is probably going to happen Sunday. We should do that Sunday.
You want to do that? I'm down.
I think we should do that Sunday.
I'm in. Let's do it.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to a hockey game over outside instead of Ant-Man, I think. I get it. You hate Ant-Man. I'm going to see it. You're not going to talk me out of it. Paul Rudd is a delight for 2 hours. Like, even if the movie isn't fun, which it's going to be. I'm sorry, but it is. And DC's not better.
And still the best father. It's still the best.
It could go there. It's just
there is a path. There's a path that it could go on, and it's plausible. It's possible. Yeah, and I'm not going into Quantumania sitting here screaming, bells, whistles, and honeys. I'm excited because Ant-Man is my favorite character. They have done a very good job. And when I say that, it's because he's become my favorite due to the father-daughter story that they have. Yeah. So I'm easily swayed by that, tugged at the heartstrings, and yeah.
That's absolutely, yeah.
It's beautiful. I'm a big fan of what they did and how they've done that. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to be all that great, but I'm also just stoked to go to the theater. Ever since we did Knock at the Cabin, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's a movie theater.
Wait, what are we going to see on Sunday? I thought we were doing Winnie the Pooh.
We're going to do Winnie the Pooh. Yeah.
Oh, I thought we meant, for a second, I'm like, wait, are we seeing Ant-Man on Sunday? I was
no, we're going to see it on Thursday. I doubt I'm going to go see it twice. I want to go see something else.
You should call it a work sick and come see it with me.
God, if only the gods would smile upon me.
Kathleen says, I spent my day moving a twin bed into the kiddo's room and putting together my Mills new bed, mother-in-law's new bed that hopefully, listen, all due respect, I can't read those words. I'm a little too out of it. But I believe you. So that's all I'm saying. And I only pulled one muscle moving a 170-pound bed frame.
Boom. Super mom.
You are super mom. We're going to give it to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Kara's Scream Princess.
Okay. See, I feel like Scream Princess, though. Yeah, but when I go to the princess thing, I think of like kids. You know what I mean? I've always done that. I don't associate it with, she's a fucking 90-year-old princess. I don't get that.
Here's why I think it should be more gender fluid when we come up with a name. Let's face facts. Bella Ramsey identifies as non-binary. So where would they fall into? So we need to have something like the cohort or the court or something like that adopts you into
consort, not cohort, consort. Sorry. Listen, I couldn't even read all of her comment. Like, I'm not going to remember a word we said 15 minutes ago. Speeding through.
All I'm saying is lower your expectations. No.
I've learned in life, Derpy, if you set the bar exceptionally high, then everything will fail you and you'll never like anything. So you know what? I've set it to the moon. That way, my secret is I'm always disappointed.
Well, actually, I did want to ask you about your low expectations. Are you excited for the new Batman movie coming out?
Yeah.
Flash is in it, and Supergirl.
Oh, God. I don't want to watch that movie. Like, I'm so conflicted. Every 30 minutes, I change because then I'll think of, like, it's Michael Keaton. It's my Batman saying he's Batman. When he says, I'm Batman. And he does the whole thing. And then when they do the from behind shot and it's the ears from the cowl. And I'm like, that's my dude. That's my bro. That's my dog. Of course I want to see it. But Ezra Miller's in it twice, side by side. I have no desire to go spend money on that movie. I'm not gonna.
But he's such a small piece of the overall part.
This is one of, I get it. I do understand. They're going to reset it. This is a vehicle to get into the new James Gunn universe. And at some point, it will be on a DVD that I find on the side of the ground. And I will pick it up. And then and only then will I go watch that movie.
I'm going to tell you this. You know what? I get that. And I shouldn't have argued it. Because you didn't say that no one should go see it.
Absolutely not. I'm not saying that at all.
You don't want to spend your money on it. And that is, in my opinion, perfectly reasonable. There's nothing wrong.
That's all. Yeah, no, I think it looks like it's going to be freaking awesome for the Michael Keaton sake. It's my Batman. And I would rather forego seeing him on the big screen just because I don't want to invest money in that property.
I just don't get how that guy, Ezra, kept getting work. He sucks as an actor.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, man. I was so bummed to see him again. And I was just like, what? Like, because I remember seeing him in the first Justice League, and I was like, I tried to go in with an open mind. You were there with me. I was like, I'm going to give it a chance. was like, we're going to see how this goes. And it was awful. And he was awful. And then I saw the Snyder Cut, and I was like, okay, they definitely gave Batfleck some love, and I appreciate his Batman a lot more now.
Yeah.
Which I thought I would. He's not a bad actor, but Ezra Miller still manages to just suck the oxygen out of the room. So
Because I think that's the biggest thing. When you watch the Snyder Cut, like they did the Flash really wrong in Joss Whedon's, because
oh yeah,
it didn't make sense. Like all he was doing was pushing a car full of people. Like that was what the Flash was good for in all of this.
And he was a bumbling idiot. Like, come on.
Yeah. So watching that and then watching the Snyder Cut and seeing that they gave him so much more, and he was the one that actually saved the day in the end to be able to separate just because of the Speed Force. I dug that. Now, did I appreciate all of the shots and all the scenes of the Flash when he wasn't talking? Yes. Because there's really nothing else other than it was like, I'm getting the Flash running. He looks cool. Whatever.
It was awesome.
Love that suit. It looks a lot better in this new movie.
He did. There was a lot of lightning. There was so many sparks always flying off of
it. It was metal too.
It
like had a lot of metal to it. It just didn't make sense.
I don't know. It didn't feel like it would have come from Star City, but what do I know?
Fair. Wait, is he Star City or is he Central City? I think he's Central.
No, he's Star City. I thought he was Star City.
I thought, what's his name of Star City? Green Arrow.
Or Lantern. Right? Is Green Lantern Star City? No, because Green Lantern's the one by the coastal city.
Coastal City is Green Lantern, isn't he?
That's Green Lantern. Right.
So I think Star City is Green Arrow because I remember you failed the city and it was always Star City.
Okay.
I think it might be Central City is. It's obviously ridiculous because they all have cities. You know, like if you're not in New York City, shut up. Like seriously, that's it.
Because they're all made up and it's so ridiculous. Like Metropolis is the only one that could be a metropolis.
Right? And even that is just a fancy word for city.
Metropolis City. Oh, well, City. All right, cool.
Gotham City, Central City, Star City, Bumfuck City. Like, whatever. Like, there's just cities everywhere.
City. Well, there's in there, what is the island of Amazonia? And they've got a city there.
Thermoscare Paradise City, I think it is, or something like that.
Yeah, see, there you go. Hey, Paradise City? At least they have Guns N' Roses. That's rad.
I like how and where did Superman grow up before he moved to Metropolis? Fancy word for city. Smallville.
Yeah.
So if you're not city, you're Ville.
You're a Ville. Yeah. Well, that's also weird because the farmers grew up in the dwarfs, so they went hardcore back in those days. They were like, yeah.
Oh my god.
They have 3 tiers. That's it. And of course, Gotham is where everything just got broke and no one wanted to fix it.
I remember when you told me how corn gets pulled every season at the end of every harvest or whatever, and I just didn't believe you. I was like, wait. Wait. You guys just walk out there and pick it all? And you're like, yeah. It takes like 3 days. And I'm like, that's not humanly possible. This is clearly going to take 10 years. like it's so much. Like and then you have to carry it back.
It's 2-way trip. Yep, round trip.
Oh my god.
You're lighter going out there, a little heavier coming back.
You're like the postman of corn.
Yeah. It's true. Yep.
Jason says, in my opinion, with the Flash is I can move past Miller because of all the people involved. There's so many people over the other one. Dude, you like everything.
No, I agree with this, and I completely understand. It's very Spock of you, and I'm with you, and I love you and appreciate your ideas there.
Yes.
For me, I'm going to Kirk this one. I'm just going to go hardcore emotion.
Then that's not. And then who am I? Because I'm legit just like, I'm just going. I'm
Scotty.
Bones doesn't give a shit.
Bones doesn't care.
Bones will just go.
Well, it's not the worst thing that can happen to me.
Bones would go watch the movie and be like, you piece of shit.
Cursing him the whole time. Look at this trash.
I listen. I'm excited to see Keaton back for sure. I'm excited for Well, I guess we can say it now. Keaton's coming out. So to spoil it, this is a small spoiler for the new Flash movie. If you don't want to hear it, I don't care. It's George Clooney is going to show up at the end as Batman. So we're going to have another Batman. It's going to be George Clooney. So take
super
with
excited.
that. Do with it what you will.
They're multiversing the Batmans, which they always should have. And I think, as we discussed previously, I am excited to see if the Batmobile from George Clooney's era does have nipples on it. I'm pretty sure.
Dude, you told me when you explained to me that, like, it's like ribs and like it has this and it's like supposed to be him, an extension of him. And I'm like, does that have any fucking nipples on it? It's just like.
It's got to. There's got to be some circles on either the fins or like maybe the taillights, like taillight nipples. Like, and if he shows up, he better bring bat nipples. Because if he doesn't come with bat nipples, I will not accept this as a movie going. John Wass understands saying bring back the bat nipples.
It won't be him.
He had them for 2 movies.
2. And you know what? The crotch shots, the butt shots of Alicia Silverstone, the nipples, none of that bothers me as much as old ass senior citizen Chris O'Donnell playing Robin in the movie. That guy had an AARP card when he put on that costume.
Maybe he'll come out with a rascal this time instead of a bike. Robin will be on one of those sweet little battery carts. Me, you see the shopping malls like, hey kids, I'm gonna get ya. Watch out, crime fighters.
And that was a funny thing. Remember back in the day when I talked about Keaton having a Robin and like, they were talking about Michael J. Fox and they were talking about Marlon Wayans, and I'm like, none of that works.
Yeah.
I was still like, none of that works. Like, you need to have a kid. That's what the whole dynamic is, and it works perfectly.
Yeah, or a younger one. But that's the thing. Or do Nightwing. Exactly. I think Chris O'Donnell's Nightwing would have been awesome. I would have loved to have seen that, honestly. I think that would have been a much better, that would have added something to it. Even Nightwing nipples. Like, that would have been better ad.
Like, people, it's funny because nobody says anything about that other than like they didn't like those movies, which I get, but they don't dislike the fact that Robin's in it.
Right.
But then they lost their minds during The Dark Knight Rises. It was like, you should go by your real name, Robin. And it's like, that was a nod. I was like, that was nice. That was nice of Nolan to throw it in there. After 3 movies, the guy's clearly going to become Batman. Mm-hmm. And they nodded it like, it's Robin. Okay, cool, whatever. But you have nothing to say about old potato ears the same age as George Clooney when they made that damn movie? Go to hell. I don't want to hear it. Stupid old man Robin stepping in and just being like, hey, how you doing? Like, I would have been... Now I'm going down.
Keep going. Let it out.
I would have even accepted if he had moved in. Mm-hmm. And, so he moves in, he brings him into the fold, he's Dick Grayson, and he's like, I want you to be my sidekick. And by the end of it, he's like, I'm no one's sidekick. And then he goes, and he's got the blue on. It can still be the same suit, but it's the blue. Yep. There's no R there. It's just, and you're like, okay, I lose to Nightwing. Then you get to Batman and Robin, and they're butting heads because they're both Gotham City heroes.
Right.
But they still live together. They still do their thing because, I still don't understand that because he's 900 years old. He could have gotten his own place, but whatever. But
then you could bring in Abigail Breslin to be the new Robin.
Oh my God.
Wild.
Do not. Was it Cara Kelly? I hate you. Oh my God. That's like the one character I really hated.
She's man. Or find someone to come in as Jason Todd.
But even then, like, he left. He went to go to Nightwing. He became a cop. Like, you could have written that in, but they're button heads because they're 2 heroes now. And by the end, he goes off, and now he's Nightwing in another city, like Bloodhaven, or if they wanted to really do it right. Sorry, I know I'm going off on a tangent, but then like he has another ward. Like he didn't adopt any new kid or anything because like he had the falling out with Dick, right? God, this could have been such a better movie. So now you have Nightwing and Batman both doling out justice in their own city, but butting heads because of how to do it.
Right.
And then you have a much darker Batman at that point, and Nightwing, they come together, they have to fight Freeze, they have to fight, but like a good Freeze and a good, like, I'm not rewriting that right now, but you go through.
Ivy and Freeze were really good. All we have to do is just change the outfits a little bit, dequalify some of the
puns, get rid of those massive amounts of ice puns and
honestly
puns.
Get rid of half of the puns. That's it. Just half the puns.
Wipe them out.
You can keep Schwarzenegger and you can keep Uma Thurman in both of those roles.
You just make them darker.
Exactly. That's it. Just make them darker. Turn down the neon.
But if you made Batman darker, and the only really light character in it would have been Dick Grayson as Nightwing, because he's right. And
I like the idea of Batgirl still being in there, though.
Which is fine, because now she comes in, and keep her fun. She's Alfred's American niece, whatever. I'm out.
It totally works.
Like how old is his sister? Like how is his sister 45 years?
It was a different thing. She was adopted.
So Alfred dies, right? I hate to say it, but this is how you open that movie. Alfred dies. He gets
Does he
killed.
get shot? How does he die?
I would tie it in some way to Poison Ivy's work.
Okay.
Or the
part of the chemical plant.
Yeah.
The chemical plant. Something finally got her. Out of all the things he's managed to survive, to be this old in a city that's bound and trying to kill you, he has made it this long, going to market every day, because Bruce Wayne always needs his fresh shit. So, I get it. He's toiled and managed to survive, just skipping past like vats of acid. Finally, I hope a stray bullet gets him.
No, I meant it like something they were making that they were testing out on the Venom made its way out, because the whole point of it was to be mass produced, and it's under and because he dies of this thing, that in the same thing you can have the same sort of thing, because that doctor who's played by what's his name, he played Lionel Luthor on Smallville, John Glover.
No, John Glover.
He was so maniacal. Bane sucked, but it'd be great if, like, you could really work it out.
I'll give you this. You can get rid of all the puns and make everything darker. But if you're gonna have Bane, I want Bane from Harley Quinn, who's like, "Oh yes, welcome to Baneton." Oh, the one who, like, they forced to sit on like the little crappy chair.
I got it. You fix Bane a little bit, like it's going to be different. I know it's not going to be the comic book version, so everybody shut up. I'm trying to fix what I can. Bane, of course, like they said in the movie, is a what is he? Is a convicted felon who's in prison, and they're testing on the prisoners, right? Poison Ivy's the same thing. She was a doctor who went to jail for accidentally poisoning somebody, and they're testing on her. And like all the different tests turn them into different things. So now we get that with Bane and why he's that way. He breaks out. He breaks her out. They're terrorizing the city, right?
Yep.
Enter Freeze.
Well, and they bump into Freeze during a heist. They're all trying to take down the same bank, and that's when they all link up, and that's when you get their story.
Well, I would make it more Freeze is very successful at what he does, but but it's a mystery. It's kind of like how they treated the Riddler and the Batman. It's more of a mystery of how he's going about it and doing it.
Okay.
Now Batman's devolving because Batman's devolving because Alfred's dead. His niece comes to town trying to figure out how he died. She's a reporter because we already don't have her as Barbara Gordon.
Barbara Gordon, right? Yeah. So we can just throw in whatever there. Yep.
So I would, keep her as like maybe a reporter in town and just like kind of a guise. Yeah. She figures out that Bruce is Batman, decides to become Batgirl to take vengeance or whatever, or catch Bane or, and Pamela Isley or Poison Ivy. Sorry, it's like all flying through my head. So this is how I write. So just deal with it.
It's wonderful. That's great.
I'm here for into that. She's now on a vengeance path with Batman because they both believe the same thing, which isn't really the truth. So now you have Dick Grayson as Nightwing. butting heads with them because he's trying to say, like, we need to do this a little bit different. He's playing the role of detective.
What if Nightwing is okay? If since he's been taken over, Nightwing has been hell-bent on finding Freeze. That's where their stories kind of collide there too.
Yeah, because it's a mystery, so he's the one trying to solve it, whereas Batman is just like trying to take it out on crime everywhere. Mm-hmm. And he's looking for Bane, he's looking for Poison Ivy, and that's how they cross. Love that. So that's how you go into that. You have Nightwing kind of coming back. Barbara's like, I'm going off to do this, but I'm doing it on my own. I can't go down this dark path with you. At the end, after they have the talk on a rooftop somewhere, I would imagine, he's like, I'm leaving. I'm transferring. I'm going to another city. But if you're going to be here, you need somebody by your side. And I think I know who. And they look down in an alley, and it's a kid stealing tires, and it's Jason Todd. And that's how you roll into the next one. Now you got Jason Todd.
Now you got Red Hood.
Boom. Boom. You could.
I love it.
You should call me in the 90s.
Right? I mean, Jason made a good point that we literally spent more time plotting this movie than the people that made it. I completely agree. We did. That was pretty impressive, bro. I love doing that with you. We haven't done that in a while. It's always fun.
I will say we do it a lot. We just don't do it on air a lot. Like we're always picking movies out and like, all right, how would we fix this? And it just kind of goes.
Sometimes accidentally.
I think it's my favorite is how do we fix this? And then we turn around and we're like, Big Trouble in Little China. No, we don't fix that. That's perfect.
No, it's perfect. Don't touch. You don't touch what ain't broke, folk.
What's up, Diggs? How you doing?
Hey, Diggs.
Thanks for joining in.
It says, great having you.
I would love to see Clint Eastwood play Robin in The Flash. Ha 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 ha.
Oh my God.
You might have already gotten him in the 90s if Chris O'Donnell hadn't done a better.
Scott Eastwood would have been great. I'll take Scott Eastwood in most movies. He's pretty awesome.
He would have been great about 20 years ago as a child.
Oh. If they come in and Damian Wayne is 20, you are going to lose your mind.
If Damian Wayne can drive, I'm going to lose my mind. Mind you, I'm not saying that he doesn't drive.
No.
I'm saying he has a valid driver's license. I'm going to lose my mind. That kid needs to be like 11 or 12.
That's fair. If he's coming in. Yeah. Unless they start where he's been there and it's his first full year as Robin.
And that's fine. If they start that, so 13. It's still like 14, a revelation. Sure. He's starting to get tingles down there, and he doesn't know how to feel feelings, and he's not sure what relationships are, and he just has a sword and father issues, and it's the whole thing. He's just gonna murder everyone.
It's bad news. It's bad.
How do you masturbate in this Wayne Manor? Alfred is everywhere.
There are cameras everywhere. There's a back computer AI that yells at me if my bed starts shaking too much.
I could. Jesus. The only time I was like, it's okay to have cameras in your room is when Jack was a baby. And even before that, we had it when Tommy was a baby. And it was just the monitor.
Yep.
You know, and then when they grew out of it, like we were done. Like, we don't need a monitor anymore. But yeah, I can't even, but like in Batman, he has cameras on every room. Like it's weird.
Everywhere. All the time. And multiple angles. It's not like one. He's got like monitors and sensors. Like when you lay down in beds, he can read your pulse and stuff and like EKG rating. It's terrifying. All right. It's not okay. It's weird and I don't like it.
They cast the kid from Omen to play Damian Wayne in the new DCU. He's what, 70 now? Oh, that's funny.
Perfect. Get him. Damian, it's all for you.
Oh my God. It's Harley. It's all for you, Damian. And then she swings down and hits somebody with a mallet.
That's all. It'd be amazing. Hey, Puddin'.
Oh my God. Did you hear about Harrison Ford today?
No, what about him?
So you know Harrison Ford is playing Thunderbolt Ross in Captain America: New World Order and Thunderbolts.
Yes. Yep.
He's going to be the president. So it's an interesting take.
I did. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that. I'm curious to see how that's going to play out. I think it'll be good. I think the way they've tied in some of those other tertiary characters as government officials has been really good. Gary Shandling was a wonderful, ploy on that. Amanda Waller is always good. I know different universes, but it seems to be a general tie-in for most comic books. Now that I think about it, pretty much every comic book.
Yeah, it's kind of how it pulls together.
Who was the last MCU president that we saw on screen? Was that
William Sadler.
Iron Man 3? Yeah, William Sadler, yeah.
Yeah, he played the president. So, I mean, that was what, 2010, 2011?
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there. Oh, no, it had to be after 2012. So, 2013.
Yeah.
So, 10 years ago. So, it's going to be a new president by this point. And he's been kind of running things since the Sokovia Award, not awards, Sokovia Accords.
Welcome to the 19th annual Sokovia Awards. Here, honoring all the people who managed to survive the death-defying attack from Ultron.
Oh, yeah. I will say this, though. Doing Valentine's Day and stuff, like, I went yesterday, kind of changed the subject a little bit. I went yesterday to go get gifts for Valentine's Day. And it was, of course, last minute, whatever, you know me. Actually, that's not really true. I don't know why I said that, because I like bought my Christmas gifts in November.
I was gonna say you're way better than most about
Valentine's Day suck, dude. I suck at Valentine's.
Valentine's Day is a weird one. I even been embroiled with battles and always going, I don't know if I even want to get someone a card. What is that stupid, you know? And of course, it's just because I would give it to myself. And
I'll give you a card.
That would be
that. I'm gonna give you a card. You
give
me my Valentine. Listen, everybody's asleep. You know my Valentine.
All right, well, hurry up and let's end the show. And then we got other things to go on there. Valentine. That's what's up. All right.
Dinner and a movie because I'm not a cheap date.
Which means, well, I'll put on my own movie. Go make myself some frozen concoction.
Listen, I'm not the one who got the promotion recently. In fact, if anything, I got demoted. We gave my company away.
Yeah, that's fair. That's totally fair.
Mick, why aren't you the president of the company? Because I had philanthropy.
Yeah, philanthropy. Exactly. Please start using that the way you use science. When people ask you, hey, so we've noticed you just give so much of your time to so many causes. Why is that? Philanthropy.
No, you got to get more indignant about it. Like, we noticed you use up a lot of your time. That's right. Philanthropy. And then just walk away. And then like leave them wondering. Do all of these charity events that we hold, does it count? Am I a philanthropist now? Because I'm coaching other people to give their money.
I feel like we're definitely philanderers. Philanthropy is still on the rise.
I've been a philanderer in years. I don't even know how to get around. I can't.
That's valid. Yeah, I'm still. I mean, I wear hats like this and sweaters like this at 10 p.m. pretty much every night of my life. So I'm not really able to philander anymore.
My baby lies in bed, and I'm just like, "Hey, baby, like my Star Trek shirt," and that's it.
Which is so dope. I mean, that's all you need, bro. I mean, that's so damn smooth and hot. Like, I mean, I'm getting vapors over here, brother.
Dude, it's feeling
that heat.
It's odd. Like, I don't really, collecting shirts and such. Like, I collect certain movies. Like, if they look really cool, I like a cool looking shirt.
Great.
But I think the franchise that I have the most shirts from is Star Trek.
That's amazing and heartwarming. I can tell you the most shirts I've gone through are from Star Trek because I still I'll get those uniform shirts. I used to have 6 of them. In my life, I've had 6 of those. I currently have none. I had the 2 red shirts in my life. Those are gone. Oh. A couple of the long sleeve shirts gone. I've been
gearing up too. I watched a lot of Enterprise recently to get ready for
Absolutely. I've been watching Enterprise like a wild man, listening to the Shuttle Pod show, which is the Connor Trenier and a terrible person. Of course, I would forget his name.
I would not remember.
But the guys from Enterprise, basically.
Yeah.
2 of the guys from Enterprise.
It wasn't the English guy and the
Dominic Keating, I want to say. I believe.
I don't remember. I do. I am enjoying watching it. I like the rewatch. I like that we're going in chronological order. I'm excited to record next month. So if you guys are interested and want to watch, we're doing a show called Warp Factor Fiction. and it's going to be a chronological rewatch show of the franchise of Star Trek. It's going to be intense. It's going to be long. It's going to be a lot. But we start next month, and it is a Patreon exclusive show. So make sure you join up on our Patreon. We have links down below and more, so you can check it out.
It will be the beginning of our 5-year mission to boldly go where no one has gone before.
If we do it right, we can do it in like probably 18 months.
I think we timed it out to where it's longer than 18 months. It gets up to the 3-year mark, right at 20 months, I think.
Really? Even if we're doing
a
season a month?
2 seasons a month.
Is it? No,
it'll be a season a month because it's, well, how many seasons? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I no, because it's more than 18. Because we were going to add the movies in, right?
Yeah, because we are doing the movies, and the movies are going to be, we haven't decided whether we're going to do 2 a month or 1 a month.
Yeah, that's right. So if we do the movies during that run, because there's so many, so 2 a month would probably make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
You'll be able to, reap the benefits. Hi, Dave. Good to see you, buddy.
Yeah, we're excited for it. So that's going to be a Patreon exclusive show. So make sure to go check that out. We have a couple of other Patreon exclusive shows, guys. To give you the rundown, we have 2 more shows left where they'll be live on YouTube for you to watch, and then they're going to move behind the paywall of our Patreon. We have 6 tiers available now. We've restructured the entire thing, new perks, the whole 9. Go check it out, and we're going to have exclusive shows over there. You get the live shows over there, everything. So, yeah, we'd love for you to be a part of it, except for Snobnation Morning Drive Live Show. That's going to be on YouTube live still. Mm-hmm. So, Betting Bros, the Scary Snobs, everything. So, anybody else's shows are going to be available. So,
yeah, absolutely. So, super excited for all of that to be kicking off. It's going to be a big month. Going to be a big month, and we're happy for everyone who's joining, sticking around, and still being entertained by us because we love and appreciate you.
We do. And before we roll, we're going to roll the messages and we'll say goodnight. But I do want to let you guys know we have a new Does It Suck out now, hosted by Jason and Sir Sturdy themselves. They watch Waterworld and determine, does it really suck? And I'm not going to give that away.
So good. I just love those two together. It's so fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, they're great. They are so much fun. And the fun part is these guys have a new show on the channel, on the Scene Snobs channel, and it's Horror Night with the Scary Snobs. They are now running the whole Scene Snobs horror world. We still do CFF. We'll still do the CFF shows. But if there are horror videos out there, they're probably going to be taken over by the Scary Snobs, with appearances by us, of course.
Naturally, we can't stay away.
Yeah, tell me about it, right? Speaking of horror, we have a new episode of Does It Suck coming out tomorrow. We did Valentine's Day week, so make sure to go check it out and see if we liked it. Oh, I messed up on this here because your arm is cut off. We're both supposed to be behind the poster, but whatever. You guys get it.
Interesting factor. I don't have an elbow. If you didn't know,
if you couldn't guess, Casey's not funny because his funny bone's missing.
Yeah, my weenus fell off.
That will be out tomorrow. That Does It Suck for Valentine will be out tomorrow. You can just go over to YouTube and watch it. But tomorrow night, we've got a live special. The Last of Us recap. A few of us are discussing The Last of Us. So
super excited for this. The first recap went super great, and I am amped. After we hop off here, I'll be watching episode 5. Just to freshen up and feel right, because I keep falling asleep after the first 10 minutes, and that's not fair.
Be prepared to cry, dude. Be prepared to cry.
Oh man, look, I'm always ready too. That's the thing. There's nothing new there. It's like, no, it's pretty much gonna rip my heart out a little bit. Just squeeze with it, just mess with it. And now after once again watching all these Hannibal movies, it's taking on a new life, and it's probably not so great. So
yeah, that's true. I'm with you, dude. But so watch us for the recap tomorrow night. Join in. It's going to be live. Talk along with us. Tell us what you think. We're probably going to have a special guest on, but I don't want to announce it until I get the okay. It is not Pedro Pascal, so don't even dream.
That we know of.
That we know of. Thursday night, we have a State of the Con, brand new My Bloody Valentine special where we talk horror movies. It's sponsored by Carolina Fear Fest. Make sure to go get your tickets now for the weekend pass VIP. Come hang out with us. We're going to be having a lot of special events and things going on there. So it's going to be a really good time.
It's really exciting. And also, I didn't think forward, but I really ought to buy a gas mask that I can use that's both functional and terrifying like those.
I know, right? Are you my mommy?
Are you my mommy?
And you know what? I'm a proud dad moment. When I was making that, Jack walked up and he goes, "Are you my mommy?" And I'm like,
"Oh, amazing.
Love it.
Yes.
We're so into Doctor Who now, man. They're so
That's great. Oh,
we're
that's
on
wonderful.
Smith season 6. So
Beautiful.
Just watched Day on the Moon. Okay, guys. Oh my God. We have tons of stuff going on. We have great sponsors down below. And actually, we have a lot more sponsors that are potentially coming. So stay tuned for that. Lots of cool things. But I want to talk about Entertainment Earth. It is one of my favorite sites. I order pops off of there all the time. I got the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man pop where he's got the mask and then he's just kind of standing there like, really? They have a couple of new Spider-Mans coming out and other pops. So I just want to show you this real quick, though, because this site is the bee's knees. Look at this. Look at this here.
The cat's meow.
So many great collectibles. Look at the General Kenobi from the Clone Wars. Baby Rocket, Indiana Jones figures. Oh, I love it. And I could get lost in it forever. But if you guys want to
do, my friend, as you do, they're fantastic when it comes to collectibles, bar none, second to none. Fantastic. So cruise on over to Entertainment Earth and check them out.
Yeah, and if you go down to our link below, it's our affiliate link, you can go and check out, you can go get 10% off. And if you spend $39 or above, you get free shipping and 10% off. So make sure to use our link.
Who doesn't want that?
Now, guys, everybody's here saying goodnight and have a great time. We're going to play these messages for you. Then we're going to come back for a very Valentine-terrific send-off by my man Case. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Hey guys, Mick here. Thanks so much for watching the show and supporting us. We appreciate it. We appreciate you coming back and joining in the comments. But guys, I really want to thank you, our patrons who are out here supporting us, helping us keep the lights on. Really, truly appreciate you. Tim, Paul, Stacy, Matt, Aaron, AJ, George G3, Chris S, Dale, Chris H, Dan, John B, Ron, Jason, and John W. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Guys, we have 3 tiers available right now. As of March 1st, we're adding 2 more tiers for a total of 5 with tons of perks. So go check out patreon.com/thescenesnobs. And join our Snob Nation Discord channel where the moderators are keeping everything going and we're having really fun conversations over there and more. So go check it out. It's free to join and just be part of the Snob Nation. And remember to embrace the absurdity. Hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. We have tons of great shows coming out and more. Our lives are over on Patreon, but you can check out the Snob Nation Morning Drive live show on our YouTube channel Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern, and tons more shows coming up thereafter. We have great shows like the Scene Snobs Podcast, Betting Bros, Math vs. Smash, Real Combat, movie reviews, and tons more. We have fun over there, and we think you will too. If you're looking for great merch, go over to the snobsmerch.com store. Use promo code SNOBS for 10% off of your order. We have tons of shirts, mugs, everything, stickers, all different types of designs. We love it. I think you will too. So go check it out and let us know what you think. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms. We are at The Scene Snobs everywhere. You can also follow Casey at Planos21 on Instagram, at Casey the Madman on TikTok, and at Twitter Night on Twitter. Guys, tons of fun stuff and new things coming out every day, so go check out our content there. Thank you guys again. We are The Scene Snobs. Embrace the absurdity with us, and we love you, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, everybody. See, I'm not good at that stuff. I'm not good at that.
I don't know. You sound great. You did wonderful. We'll work on one together. We'll do a back and forth thing. We got this.
I like it. We can do it. We can
absolutely.
Do it. All right, buddy. It's that time. I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody. Thank you for joining us. And I'm going to let Casey take it away.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And thank you so much for joining us tonight on this exciting Tuesday night. I know it's been a pleasure for us, as always, to be able to entertain you for a little bit. And hopefully, you're entertaining your significant other. And the most important person to always love is yourself, first and foremost, because you can't give love unless you feel love. And you can't feel love unless you believe that you are worthy of love. So you are, in fact, worthy of love at all times, my friend. So remember to please be kind to yourself, be kind to each other. Remember, we love you.
Night, everybody.